We have 11 amazing restaurants featuring a wide variety for every price range and appetite. South Point's Garden Buffet has something for everyone at unbeatable prices. Or, if hunger strikes in the middle of the night, join us at Coronado Cafe. The American menu offers breakfast, lunch, or dinner 24 hours a day, plus a Chinese kitchen for authentic Chinese dishes from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. From steak and eggs to wonton soup, it's fast and friendly service 24/7. When you need a quick pick-me-up, you can find it at our state-of-the-art Starbucks just inside the main South Point entrance. Order ahead with the Starbucks app for easy mobile order pickups. Or enjoy your favorites in the relaxing dining area anytime, day or night. If you love Mexican food, Baja Miguel's has all of your south-of-the-border favorites. There are dozens of classics to choose from, like fajitas, ceviche, chimichangas, tacos, and more. And for spirit lovers, Baja's colorful non-smoking tequila bar is right outside.
Hi, I'm Kurt Angle. I represented the United States in the Olympics in 1996 and won a gold medal. Then I parlayed that into a pro wrestling career. I saw a commercial a few years ago.
Tunnel to Towers Foundation made a promise.
The Tunnel to Towers Foundation is paying off the mortgages for Gold Star families with young children. I thought, this is really cool. I want to be a part of it. My dad served in the Army for 30 years. We didn't have a lot of money, but he made sure we had what we needed. He set a great example for all of us. But he died in a construction accident my freshman year in high school. When he died, we didn't have any income coming in, and we ended up being forced to move out of our house. I was devastated. So I understand what these families are going through, and to have an organization like Tunnel to Towers come in and pick you up and carry you and give you a home to live in, I think that's just amazing. I'd like to ask you to donate $11 a month to support these efforts by going to t2t.org or calling 1-844-BRAVEST.
The following is a Race Day Las Vegas presentation in association with Siraco Productions Limited on the Race Day Las Vegas Radio Network.
Live from the gaming capital of the world, time for Race Day Las Vegas, covering the sport of kings with a Las Vegas perspective. Now to the race desk with your host, Ralph Siraco.
From the backstretch to the turf club, at the race books and on the internet, to all horse players around the world, a good morning.
Alrighty. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Race Day Las Vegas radio program for this chilly and some places cold Saturday morning. We welcome you to the show. We come to you live and direct from the gaming capital of the world, Las Vegas, Nevada, from these studios, the South Point Studios at the South Point Hotel Casino Complex on Las Vegas Boulevard, and, of course, the YouTube South Point Studios streaming network. We welcome you to the show. And, of course, all of our listeners running around this morning, listening to us on our local radio station, Sports Talk 1400 AM, 107.1 FM. Or maybe you're listening to us through our websites, racedaylasvegas.com, .vegas.world, .global. How about your iPhone, Android, or your Google phone with your apps that you can get at your app store? The KSHP app, of course, you can listen to us through the radio station. And the YouTube app, you can see and hear us through the YouTube app as well. And, of course, anywhere you get your podcasting. Simply put, however, wherever, whenever, welcome to the Race Day Las Vegas radio program for this Saturday morning. It's a go. Yes, it is. Santa Anita made the decision of conducting the racing today. You know, they canceled yesterday because of the air quality and all of the fires that are continuing on in Southern California. They say that they have a little bit of a lull right now trying to get a handle on I think it's 8 separate fires that have already burned something like 37,000 acres of Southern California land so far. And Uh, One of them is like 8% contained, and all of the other ones are not. But the winds have died down briefly, so they can get some, air coverage as far as dousing them with water. But it's going to pick up again later on. So in Southern California, they're still fighting that apocalyptic type of situation there with the fires. However, Santa Anita made the decision about 4 o'clock yesterday that they were going to go and race today. Now, according to the Horse Racing Integrity and Safety Authority regulations, tracks have the option of canceling races or workouts when the air quality gets above a certain amount, when it exceeds 150, whatever that count is. Now, the count at Santa Anita at 4:30 yesterday afternoon, when they made the decision to go ahead and run today, was at 99. The AQI was at 99. And the figure at Santa Anita was higher on Thursday. It was 122, and that's why they canceled on Friday as well. So far, it's a go at Santa Anita for the big racing there today. Of course, 5 stakes races, Cal Cup races, etc., on a big, I think it's a 10 or 11 race card there at Santa Anita. So the only cancellation that is official right now is the one that Oaklawn put into place earlier in the week. They're not running the entire week. They didn't run yesterday. They're not running today or tomorrow. Oaklawn Park has canceled this week of racing there because of freezing temperatures and a lot of snow. Now, as far as the rest of the country is concerned, they had a lot of snow and a lot of weather go through the Midwest and on through the East Coast. Most of it on the East Coast has now passed, but of course the snowfall is still there and the freezing weather is still there. So that's what you have to cope with today. Now, Turfway Park canceled after we went off the air yesterday because they got quite a few inches of snow and it was freezing cold there. So that big carryover that we were talking about, that Pick 5 carryover at Turfway, the $180,036 carryover in their Pick 5, it's not a jackpot, regular Pick 5, is now up for grabs today if they go. Now, they canceled after our show yesterday. They are on the menu for today. They have not issued a cancellation yet at Turfway Park. But if they hold to their timeline as they did yesterday, they may cancel after we go off the air. But if they do not, then they've got a big carryover in the Pick 5 that they've been trying to get going for the last week there of $180,036 at Turfway Park today. So that's the parameters of what's going on. As far as I say, the weather, like I said, all of that snow and everything, that bad weather has gone through as far as the precipitation is concerned, but it's still very cold on the East Coast and as far south as the Gulf Coast in many places. And in California, of course, we're dealing with all of those raging fires that are still going out of control. So the weather still has a lot to do about the racing throughout the country today. But remember, it's always fast, firm, and perfect in the race book here at the South Point. All righty. Taking a look at a few headlines, the Saudi Cup, they gave the Saudi Cup nominations. And the Saudi Cup nominations, a strong entry of 28 Group 1 Group 1 or Grade 1 winners, Group 1 or Grade 1 winners have been put for the $20 million Saudi Cup. That's going to take place at King Abdulaziz Racecourse in Riyadh on February 22nd, okay? The $20 million Saudi Cup. Last year's Dubai World Cup winner, Laurel River. You remember that fantastic race he had in the Dubai World Cup. Laurel River could face Breeders' Cup Classic victor Sierra Leone and be joined by 3-time Hong Kong Cup winner, Romantic Warrior, the 2024 Kentucky Derby winner, Mystic Dan, and as well as last year's Saudi Cup winner, you remember Senor Buscador, who won that. So if all those horses show up as part of the 28 that has on the nomination list, plus a few others, this is going to be one heck of a race. But when you put up $20 million and you're the richest horse race in the world, that's what you'll get. Now, other runners could feature the Forever Young. It could be, that was last year's Saudi Derby winner. If you remember last year, he won the Saudi Derby and then came to the Kentucky Derby and finished a head and a nose behind the Kentucky Derby winner in a very contested, let's say, Kentucky Derby. So Forever Young, the could of course, go for that. The 2024 Japanese Derby winner, Denan Desil, and Breeders' Cup Filly Mare Sprint star, Soul of an Angel, and 5-time Argentine Group 1 winner, El Código, also are eligible for the race. They are nominated there. So the Saudi Cup, again, being run on February 22nd. 28 top horses from around the world have been nominated for that race. And, of course, the Saudi Crown, Brad Cox, is still on the fence as far as the horse called Saudi Crown is concerned for the Pegasus World Cup coming up 2 weeks from today. The Pegasus World Cup will be 2 weeks from today, and Saudi Crown is still on the fence. However, Brad Cox had shipped the horse to Gulfstream Park. We'll wait and see about that. Remember, we were talking about the 2-year-old filly yesterday, the Immersive, that was sidelined by a bruise, a bone bruise. Well, guess what? Yesterday, Johannes suffered a mild case of a bone bruising as well. And so he will miss the Pegasus World Cup turf. He'll miss the Pegasus World Cup turf coming up in 2 weeks. And they said he's going to have the necessary time off to heal his bone bruise. So 2 days in a row, we have 2 different horses of the breeders, the Eclipse Award-winning caliber that are on the sideline with bone bruises. So we'll wait and see about that. That's really something. All right, on today's show, we got Jonathan Hardoon. Rich Ingleby by. He'll have a thought about today's NFL wildcard games. Of course, yesterday's college football playoff was won by Ohio State. Ohio State will go against Notre Dame on Monday, January 20th, which is 1 week from this coming Monday, for the college football championship there. The opening line here in Las Vegas has Ohio State minus 9.5. Yes, fall off your seat, Jonathan, over Notre Dame. Interesting. That was an interesting line I saw there. 36 degrees right now outside here in Las Vegas. We're going to get up to 59, and that's going to be the weather here. And as I say, it's just going to be cold all over the country. Yesterday at Gulfstream Park, Tyler Gaffleone won the first and last races. He won the first race for Ron Spatz, paying $11.60, and then he won the last race on Lush Lips for Brendan Walsh, that paid $6.20, and that was John Lendo's pick for us on the show. So Lendo gets Gaffleone home. He won the first and the third races, Gaffleone did, but he won 3 races on the day overall. He also won the 6th race for Marty Drexler, paying $7.20. Christophe Clement had a couple of wins yesterday. He won the 5th race in a dead heat. In the 5th race, there was a dead heat between Ortus and Can't Know It All. They hit the wire together. Ortus paid $6.40 for Clement's first win on the day. And as far as that was just about all that the jockeys or trainers had as far as multiple winners. Of course, Clement came back in the 7th race with the winner, You Know Nothing, with Joel Rosario paying $8.20. So that was Clement's second win. Safi Joseph Jr. had a win yesterday as well. That horse paid $5.40. Contrast to the Thursday's single ticket winner in the jackpot at Gulfstream Park in the Pick 6 took down the jackpot. It was really formful yesterday. The Pick 6 yesterday at Gulfstream, just the opposite of Thursday. The Pick 6 paid $316.28 there. At Aqueduct, the Big A in New York, winner there, Rudy Rodriguez had a couple of winners. Trainer Rudy Rodriguez won the 3rd race, paying $5.90. Came back in the 4th race with Romero Murat, paying $7.70. Manny Franco had 3 wins on the day. He won the 2nd race for Greg Sacco, paying $6.50. Then he came back and won another race for Greg Sacco in the 8th and final with My Magic Wand. So Sacco and Franco teamed up to win 2 races together. That horse paid $8.40, but Franco had 3 races overall because he won the 6th race for Michelle Nevin and paid $35.80 as the highest priced winner on the day. As a result of that, nobody had the Pick 6 yesterday at Aqueduct, so you got to carry over today. The Pick 6, 5 out of 6 yesterday at the Big A paid $321.50. And we want to thank Jonathan Hardoon for the winner in the 7th race. He gave us Flat Out Flying, and Flat Out Flying did just that by winning the 7th race, paying $8.70 for Chris Elliott and Rob Atras. They're a nice win for Jonathan Hardoon. So John Lindo and Jonathan Hardoon both came with winners yesterday for us on the show. All right, let's get started with today. We begin with our first break, and when we come back, we're going to get you your racing menu, and then we're off with our handicappers, etc. So don't go away. We'll be right back on this Saturday Race Day show coming to you live from Las Vegas. Don't forget, go to YouTube, and when you get to YouTube, you get on our page, hit subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, and get chatting away with all our chatters out there. Our chat box is rocking and rolling now, so you might as well come to YouTube and subscribe and start chatting away as well. We will be right back.
South Point Casino has plenty of attractions for the whole family. Catch a movie. Our 16-screen movie theater includes 2 XD Extreme screens for the ultimate in viewing, sound, and luxury. After the show, treat the family to a variety of treats at our old-fashioned ice cream parlor, Kate's Corner. We scoop up a variety of creamy concoctions, including smoothies, hand-dipped cones, milkshakes, malts, sodas, and sundaes. At Kate's, there's something for everyone. And if you've still got time to spare, our bowling center might be right up your alley. Voted Best of Las Vegas, it's a great place for friends and family fun. 64 lanes, a pro shop, snack bar, and arcade. And while the kids are bowling, you can play slots and sip on a drink in the Alley Cat Lounge while overlooking the lanes. For our more serious and professional bowlers, the South Point is also home to a separate tournament bowling plaza.
All right, back on Race Day Las Vegas, and it's time to go to the racing menu for today. As we say, right now, as far as our racing menu is concerned, the only cancellation on the day was one that happened, that was decided earlier in the week, and that is Oaklawn Park. Oaklawn Park will not be running this week. Okay? All right, we're going to get started with the racing menu, reminding you the first post times we broadcast on the show each and every day. We reflect that of the Pacific time zone. So if you're here in the Pacific time zone, these will be your first post times. In fact, these are the first post times. Obviously, we're in the Pacific time zone. That'll roll out here in the racebook today at the South Point. If you're listening anywhere else on any other time zone around the world, adjust to it from the Pacific time zone. This way you won't miss anything like I missed moment. Yeah. Okay, here we go with the menu for today. We begin with Aqueduct, the big A in New York. Now, Aqueduct, the track is fast today, rather cold there, and they did have some snow there, but it's the track is fast, labeled fast today at Aqueduct. First post time is at 9:10. Their feature race today comes real early. How early, Ralph? How about the second race? Yeah, second race is the feature, the $150,000 ladies stakes at 1 1/8 for fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and up. This had a field of 5, but scratch number 2, Just Music. That'll leave only a field of 4. Tizzy in the Sky is the big 4-5 favorite there with Kendrick Carmouche. That's the second race, the feature of the day. 9 races at Aqueduct and a first post time of 9:10 at Aqueduct. Their pick 6 carryover, $22,199. $22,199 in the pick 6 carryover today at Aqueduct. Next up comes Gulfstream Park. Gulfstream Park's first post time is 9:20. Their pick 6 jackpot carryover, only a couple days old. The pick 6 jackpot carryover at Gulfstream Park, the Rainbow Jackpot, is $18,922. First post time at Gulfstream is at 9:20. 11 races today at Gulfstream, and they have a couple of stakes races. The Sunshine Filly and Mare Turf will be the 5th at 1 mile on the turf. That race seeds 8 to go in that race, and the 8-5 favorite is Great Venezuela. Great Venezuela is the 8-5 favorite in the Filly Mare Turf. And then later on, the Sunshine Classic Stakes is the 10th at a mile and 16th for 4-year-olds and up, an overflow field of 12 before any scratches. And in this race, the morning line favorite, lukewarm at 3-1, is Secret Chat with Javier Castellano aboard. First post time at Gulfstream, 9:20 today. Tampa Bay Downs. They have 10 races, 3 stakes races. The $100,000 Pasco for 3-year-olds at 7 furlongs is the 4th. 4-5 favorite there is Owen Almighty with Ired Ortiz Jr., who is riding at Tampa Bay today. The $150,000 Gasparilla is the 7th for 3-year-old fillies. 7 go to the post on that one. And the favorite in that one at 2-1 is Win In You're In. Win In You're In is the 2-1 favorite there with Mr. Vasquez aboard. Then you go to the 7th race, the $100,000 Wayward Lass at a mile and 16th for fillies and mares 4-year-olds and up, a field of 9 before any scratches. And 2-1 favorite there is Penyor. Penyor will be ridden by Ired Ortiz Jr., 2-1 favorite in that one. So you got 10 races today at Tampa Bay and a first post time at Tampa Bay of 9:30. Tampa Bay has I believe they had a carryover there. Yes, they did. Tampa Bay has a Pick 6 jackpot carryover, $1,714. First post time at Tampa Bay set at 9:30. The Fairgrounds has 9 races today, 2 stakes races. The Bob F. Wright Memorial will be the 5th race on the card. Favorite in that race at 5-2 is Manama Gold with Jose Ortiz aboard. And then the Gary P. Palmisano Stakes is the 8th race on the card, a field of 8 before scratches. Your 9-5 favorite there is Go Sugar with Mr. Morel. And first post time for the Fairgrounds 9-race card is set at 10:45. 10:45 Fairgrounds Pick 6. And this is a regular Pick 6 carryover, is $6,861 there at the Fairgrounds today. All right, Sunland Park is next. All quarter horses at Sunland Park. They have 9 quarter horses today at Sunland. First post time is 11:25. 11:25 at Sunland Park today. And then we go to Santa Anita. Santa Anita is a go today. They have 11 races at Santa Anita today. A great racing card today at Santa Anita. First post time is 11:30. 11:30 is the first post at Santa Anita. They have a super high 5 carryover left over from Sunday. $17,762 in that super high 5 carryover. You have 11 races today at Santa Anita and 5 stakes races. They'll roll out like this. The $125,000 Sunshine Millions Filly Mare Sprint will be the 3rd race on the card at 6.5 furlongs on the turf for fillies and mares 4-year-olds and up. A field of 6, 2-5 favorite in there is Stay and Scam with Umberto Rispoli. Then the 5th race will be the $125,000 Cal Cup Sprint at 6 furlongs for 4-year-olds. A short, compact field of 5. Big City Lights is the prohibitive 2-5 favorite in that one. We'll wait and see. Okay, in any case, Jonathan's given me some sort of a signal. We'll get to that in a minute. The 9th race is the $175,000 Unusual Heat Turf Classic at a mile and 1/8 on the turf for 4-year-olds and up. A field of 11 in that one. And the 8-5 favorite there is Old Pal with Antonio Fresu. 10th race will be the $175,000 Cal Cup Derby at a mile and 16th for 3-year-olds. A field of 8 in that before any scratches. 2-1 favorite is R. Heisman with Flavian Pratt. And they wrap it up with the 11th race and the 5th and final in the stakes races today. The 11th race is the Cal Cup Oaks for 3-year-old fillies at a mile on the turf, where 12 are entered in that one. That is a wide open affair, too. The morning line favorite in this one is at 4-1, and that is Hey Jesse with Kyle Frey. First post time, it's a go today, is 11:30 at Santa Anita. All right, Santa Anita, again, that super high 5 carryover, $17,762. Then we get to Delta Downs. Delta Downs has 9 races. Their first post time is at 2:50. Turfway Park is scheduled to go today. Know about their big Pick 5 carryover, $180,036. 9 races today. The feature is the Likely Exchange Stakes. That'll be the 6th on the card. It's $125,000 a mile for fillies and mares 4-year-olds and up, a field of 13 before any scratches. The 5-2 favorite there is Earnhardt with Luis Contreras aboard. That's the 6th overall. 9 races today at Turfway. First post time 2:55. And then we'll wrap it up with Charlestown. Charlestown has 8 races, 4 p.m. first post at Charlestown. Charlestown's first post time there is with a pick six jackpot carryover, by the way, of $4,253 is set at 4 p.m., 4 p.m. at Charlestown. And finally on the card, back in Southern California in Orange County, that'll be Los Alamitos Quarter Horses tonight. 6 o'clock is first post time there. They will have 1 thoroughbred race and 4 mixed breed races, and then 3 quarter horse races on the 8 race card tonight at Los Al. And Los Al's first post time is at 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. this evening. All right, let me get to Mr. Jonathan Nardoon, who was waving his hands at me when I got to Santa Anita. What were you trying to tell me, Jonathan?
Breaking news, Ralph. Santa Anita has canceled both today and tomorrow. I was trying to,
What?
I was trying to save your voice. I knew you were fighting a cold, so I figured I would help you out, but you kept going.
What?
Yeah, and here's the interesting thing.
Put a call into them right now. Tell them to get those horses back on the track.
They are on the track. They're working. You can work, but you can't race there. That doesn't make much sense.
When did that news? Did you get that news? Was it a bulletin?
Yeah, I got a text from the racing office, and it happened while you started going through the menu.
So the racing office at Santa Anita texted you and told you that?
Not me. That's a blast text. Horseman, I guess.
Well, then
I'm a nobody. Not me.
It was you. I mean, you got it.
Yeah. Well.
And I probably have it on my phone now. If I went and checked and looked, it's probably sitting there. But in any case,
so that kind of throws a monkey wrench into our plans.
Monkey wrench. It's a huge gap in the ground. What, are you kidding me? Oh, wow.
That's hard. Wow.
All right. Well,
anyway.
And I would imagine then it's the air quality that they took this morning, because, like I said, yesterday when they took the reading at 4 o'clock, I'm trying to look here. It was 99. The reading was at 99 at 4:30 yesterday, and they had told us earlier in the day that they were going to make a decision this morning about racing. Right. They said that. They said, well, it happened Saturday morning. So I was waiting, and then all of a sudden I get one of those texts yesterday afternoon that says they are going. They're going to race. Yes, we're going to race. Yes, we're going to race the whole weekend. We're going to race. That was done yesterday after that 4:30 reading. I'm assuming that the reading got crazy this morning, and so they canceled again. I understand that this is such an insignificant thing as far as the overall picture with the apocalypse that's going down there in Southern California now. But I don't know. Maybe they just should take they should take.
They said they're claiming that overnight developments on the west side of L.A. Has caused the cancellations. Air quality standards remain within the limits established by the CHRB and HISA. Training will continue this morning as scheduled. However, there will be no racing.
So, in other words, they are they're making the decision on the side of caution, because the way the winds whip up down there in Southern California, they're going to get a little brief, but they don't know when the Santa Ana winds. They know the Santa Ana winds is going to start whipping up again. They know that. But they don't know exactly what the time frame is. And when those winds start whipping up, they can spread the fire fast and furious. And as we've been talking about, and as people who go to X, et cetera, can see on a lot of the X postings of some video from Santa Anita's grandstand looking out onto the racetrack and into the San Gabriel mountain range, there was nothing but fires. You could see fires all along the back. Although it was far away, it was all along the back. And so I'm assuming that they think that with the Santa Ana winds coming up, that could.
We're not taking any chances.
Blow the fires closer to the racetrack. All right. Well, I can understand that. As disappointing as it is to us, that is a good move. I think that's a good move. All right. Did they say anything about using this particular racing card and transferring it to another day? No.
Well, yesterday's card they're running next Thursday.
Right. They're going to run yesterday.
But as far as today and tomorrow is concerned, we know nothing.
All right. We do know they canceled race. Now that text says again they canceled races today, right?
No, the weekend. It says the remainder of the weekend, which I would assume includes tomorrow.
Well, absolutely it does. If it says remainder of the weekend, that means today and tomorrow.
Correct.
Okay. All right. So You have any jokes? You have, you got a good, clean joke you could talk about or something,
We need to fill the time. Huh?
In any case, tell us what's going on at the Big A in New York. Now, we know they're running, but it's real cold and there was a lot of snow or something.
Not a lot of snow. We had about 2 inches of snow this morning when you woke up, but it's just cold, but it's clear, no more precipitation, and they have a full card, so hopefully they'll get through the day.
Now, another X factor here is the big news yesterday. A lot of players were concentrating on Turfway Park because of that huge carryover in the Pick 5, if you remember. And they did that cancellation at Turfway Park after we went off the air, but it had nothing to do, obviously, with the fires or anything. It had a lot to do with the track being frozen, etc. So there is a little horse player nugget out there for the guys who want to try to take on handicapping on the synthetic footing there at Turfway Park, because that Pick 5, and it's a regular Pick 5 carryover, $180,036, and I do believe that's a 50-cent bet.
Yes, correct. It's the last 5 races of the night.
So,
Ralph, people better be careful there because it did snow there last night again. I heard they got 3 to 5 inches, so hopefully they'll be able to. They've just really got slammed with snow and really bitter cold weather there. So before you start handicapping, make sure they're really running.
Yeah, and that is in that part of the country where Kentucky is, and it comes through Arkansas, where Oaklawn just said we're done for the week, etc. But having worked in another lifetime down at Turfway Park with Rich Eng years ago, when we had freezing weather, the tractors just kept going like 24 hours, all night long, just 24 hours to keep the track from freezing up. They kept, keeping it, digging it, and so they could.
Well, that was also the time before they had Tapeta, so that kind of took care of all that.
Correct.
You were dealing with real dirt, and real dirt freezes. Tapeta, not so much.
Let's hope so, but there could still be.
The problem is getting to the track. It's not even the track there. The problem is people getting to the track. Even the jockeys, the workers, the horsemen. They've just gotten slammed.
Yeah, the players not so much because the players can play.
Well, the players you can play from home, from the casino, from wherever. It's
all right. Well, Gulfstream Park today has 11 races, and they're going to get a lot of action now. We know that. By the way, I want to remind everybody that Gulfstream Park today, for those folks in the Florida area that are going to Gulfstream Park today, they have that big charity, the jeans, Jockeys for Jeans, Jockeys and Jeans, for the disabled jockey fund, the permanently disabled jockey fund. And they're going to have a lot of jockeys there doing autograph sessions from the past, Chris McCarron and just a whole bunch of Hall of Fame jockeys, etc. there, doing, personal signings, photograph signings and all that for donations to that. So that's a big thing out there at Gulfstream Park today. I'm glad I had a chance to mention that. So if you're out in that area, it is a worthy cause because it helps the permanently disabled jockeys from, of course, suffering catastrophic accidents on the racetrack. And it's happening today at Gulfstream Park. Well, Gulfstream does have a couple of stakes races, and I know you did a sheet there, so we'll kind of do an audible and take a look at least the 2 stakes races at Gulfstream before you get to your selections. The Sunshine Filly and Mare Turf. I was just thinking to myself, you were almost jumping through the camera trying to get a hold of me. But when I'm doing the menu, your sound is down, so you can't even scream and yell at me. But you were doing all the waving like you were landing a plane at the airport. But in any case,
I was trying to help you, Ralph.
In any case, it just through my mind. Anyhow, Sunshine Filly Mare Turf at a mile on the turf for fillies and mares, obviously. Is the 5th race on the card. Now, 8 go to the post in that race before any scratches. Hardoon, I know you have a pick in that race as well. The 8-5 favorite there is Great Venezuela with Mr. Lionel Reyes aboard. Your horse is not, however. Love Miami Love is the 7-2 second choice in the race, and you don't have that horse either. So, how do you see this race?
I like this race, Ralph. I think it's really a terrific betting race, and I like a price horse in here. Number 6, Ashima, a 4-year-old filly from the Sal Santos barn. I never heard of this trainer, but I look down and I see he's 3 for 7 at the meet. That's 43%. This horse has won 3 in a row. He's really on a roll now. He makes his second start for this trainer back on the grass where she's run well in the past. The price is certainly right. 8-1 on the morning line. Amicia Haramia, who's ridden this horse in her last 3 wins, climbs back aboard today. I like number 6, Ashima, to upset and win this year's Sunshine Philly and Mad Turf race.
All right, that's the 5th race on the card today at Gulfstream Park. 8-1 on the morning line. Ashima is the horse, and that was your pick, your Gulfstream pick on the show anyway. So in the 5th race, you not only like, but it's your selection for the day for Gulfstream, the 6th horse, Ashima, in the 5th race there. Now just taking a quick look at the Sunshine Classic, which is for 4-year-olds and up at 1 mile and 16th. That's the 10th race on the card. 12 before any scratches in that, and that thing is a wide-open affair. I mean, the morning line favorite, 3-1, Secret Chat with Javier Castellano. How do you see this thing?
I like a price horse in here, Ralph. I like the number 3 horse, Lure Him In. Sam Walensky now trains this 8-year-old gelding. He's had success. Well, his father, Herman Walensky's had success with this horse in the past. This horse is listed at a ridiculous 8-1 on the morning line. Edwin Gonzalez aboard to ride. I like number 3, Lure Him In, to upset and win the 10th race today out at Gulfstream.
What type of running style will you expect out of Lure Him In this very crowded race?
He's going to be close. He's not going to be too far out of it. So hopefully he works out a trip. He's breaking from an inside post, so that certainly helps as well.
So you don't see him on the lead, but right behind the first pack.
Yeah, in the second pack, right.
Okay. Lure Him In. We have done that with the pick here in the 10th race at Gulfstream Park. Gulfstream Park's 10th race. All right, let's go to the frozen tundra of Aqueduct Racecourse now.
We're going to look at the 7th race today, Ralph. 1 mile on the main track. You have a couple of late scratches in there. The one entry of Serere and Save Us Melania have both been scratched. Right. I like the number 5 horse in here, Pride's Crossing. This is a 4-year-old filly who had one start last May for trainer Paulo Lobo. Transfers Barnes today to William Walden. This was a $1.3 million yearling purchase and ran very well in her first start. She's been freshened up. Her barn does really well with layoff horses. Dylan Davis decides to spend the day in New York, and he rides number 5, Pride's Crossing, 7-2 on the morning line in today's 7th race out at Aqueduct.
All right, in the 7th race today at Aqueduct, scratch the entry of the 1 and 1A. In this race, you like the 5, Pride's Crossing. Dylan Davis building up some frequent mile airplane mileage points there. Goes back to Aqueduct. I'm sure he took a jacket.
He's very happy he made that move.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But he's back there. Well, he's obviously there to ride in the Ladies Stakes, which is the 2nd on the card. But he picks up Pride's Crossing. He's going to be riding there all day. And so Dylan Davis aboard Pride's Crossing, the 5 horse in the 7th race, which is your selection at Aqueduct. Looking earlier on the card to the ladies, they put the ladies' handicap on earlier to keep away from the pick 6 and all that. And with that carryover today, that's a good thing. But there was 5 fillies and mares going in the race, and then they scratched a horse that was the longest shot on the board, Just Music. So that leaves a field of 4. And this turns out when you got a field of 4 that are pretty closely contested horses, except for one big 4-5 shot in that race, which is Tizzy in the Sky with Kendrick Carmouche, that is going to be the horse that everybody's going to try to beat. It becomes a chess game, doesn't it?
Yeah, but she has a big advantage pace-wise. She could find herself on a loose and lonely lead. It's only a 4-horse field. I have very little interest in it, and it's probably a good race to watch.
But if you're playing either the early pick 4 that starts in that race or the early pick 5, this could be, I hate to say it, a free bingo square to get from the 1st to the 3rd race, right?
Probably.
Probably. I like that because you hate filthy favorites as I do, but sometimes what could you say? All right. So, well, then we only get 2 picks out of you. We got...
what could you do? That's all I have.
No. We're going to make the horse in the Sunshine Classic, Lure Him In, as your official pick as well. So we got 3 picks out of you.
All right, there you go.
We
filled the quota.
All right.
Thank you, Ralph.
Wait. Full cards. You got full sheets at Aqueduct and Gulfstream. The Santa Anita sheet is a souvenir now, right?
Correct.
All right.
And
Thanks.
it's a shame. They had a terrific card. Well, they're going to run it again. I probably would assume next Saturday.
Yes,
But let's wait and find
we'll
out.
wait and see. That's for sure. Thanks a lot, Jonathan.
Thanks, Ralph. Stay safe and be well.
We will be right back. Don't go away.
Here we are in Houston, opening up our first veteran village. This beautiful building that's going to house 161 homeless veterans. Any veteran that risks their lives and they're struggling with PTSD, mental illness, addiction. We're also building what I call comfort homes, 500 square foot homes. These are for older homeless veterans, so they have their own space and give them back some of their dignity, some of their independence, and most certainly give them back their life. Go to T2T.org to learn how you can change a veteran's life forever.
My name is Carmine Giovinazzo. People might know me from CSI New York. And I'm asking you to support the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. The foundation is committed to delivering mortgage-free homes to catastrophically injured service members, Gold Star and fallen first responder families with young children. Why is it personally important to me? I mean, my sister is NYPD, my dad was NYPD. Coming from Long Island, Staten Island, it's like a lot of, cops and firefighters. So, it's what I grew up around and the kind of people I know. The Tunnel to Towers Foundation. Never forget.
South Point offers all the types of entertainment you'd expect at a first-class Las Vegas resort. Did you know our 400-seat showroom is one of Las Vegas's top destinations for live entertainment? Enjoy live performances by classic Vegas entertainers, bands, and today's hottest comedians, plus a rockin' dance floor. You can also enjoy live entertainment at the Grand View Lounge, where you'll feel all the vibes of old Las Vegas. Enjoy the music, and if you love to laugh, don't miss The Dirty at 12:30, our very own free comedy show, every Friday night at 12:30 a.m. in the Grand View Lounge. The Dirty is 100% free, so arrive early. Go to southpointcasino.com or call the box office at 77136 for today's performances at the showroom and the Grand View Lounge. When you're ready for your favorite cocktail, stop in and unwind at one of our 7 specialty lounges. There's a bar around every corner, because you're in Vegas, baby.
All right, we're back on Race Day Las Vegas. And all I can tell you, folks, it's been one of those days here on the Race Day show. We now get, I just checked my phone. I had about 4 or 5 texts, most of them about Santa Anita, but one text I got was for Jonathan's horse. In the 10th race, Lure Him In has been lured to the scratch box. He is scratched. So number 3, Lure Him In, is scratched out of the Sunshine Classic, and therefore Jonathan has 2 picks for us today. It's just been one of those days here on the Race Day show. We're going to pick it up, though, with Rich Eng standing by. Richie, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Ralphie. Good morning, viewers. Good morning, listeners.
Well, that was one heck of a game last night, and, taking a look, and I got to ask you, I know what I saw last night as far as the game last night, and I know what I saw in the game before, and those 2 teams, those winning teams for the semifinals, now go into the final, Ohio State and Notre Dame. What surprised me was what appears to be the opening line of Ohio State, a 9.5-point favorite over Notre Dame. What say you about that?
Well, Ohio State has been very impressive on this run, knocking out 3 really good football teams. But, Notre Dame has done exactly what they've had to do to win also to get to the championship game, Ralph. And, I'll say this about last night's game. The final score was 28-14. Yeah. If anybody watched 60 minutes of football, the game was a lot closer than that.
Oh, no question about that. There were 2 key turnovers that turned into points that made the difference. That was as simply as that. That's all that was. They were really playing heads up, eye to eye for most of the game. But all in all, Notre Dame, I think is a more complete team than any of the other teams in the playoffs. And I thought even at that, I said, well, maybe Ohio State might be a 3-point favorite. But looking at 9.5, that's enticing.
That is enticing. And, I started the 12-team playoff with a ticket on Notre Dame at 10-1. It's still alive, knock on wood. would hope to be able to monetize it somehow.
Yeah.
But the thing about Notre Dame, and I sent out a tweet that got some response. I said, this Notre Dame team is tougher than a $2 steak, Ralph. These guys are resilient.
Yep.
They're tough. They do exactly what their coach says, and their game plans have been excellent.
Right.
They're not flashy.
Mm-hmm.
They're just blue collar kids, and I know they've had some major injuries, but the next man up philosophy has been good. I'm sure Marcus Freeman will try to position them in the best way possible.
Right.
But it's going to be based on game plan and running the football for Notre Dame. That's
Well,
for
we
sure.
got time to talk about that because that's a week from Monday, the championship. We are pushing time on the show, so I'll get right to a pick for you today.
Yeah, well, first let's go to the NFL, Ralph. I have a football pick. I'm going to stay. Well, here's a word to the wise. I'm going to stay away from the two Los Angeles teams. Those games, the Chargers and the Rams.
Okay.
I think these fires are going to really affect the focus,
Sure.
and it's a major distraction for the players and the coaches.
All right.
So I'm going to leave those games alone. I'm left with the Ravens and the Steelers, so I'm going to take the Ravens minus 9.5. For me, it was either Baltimore or pass.
Okay, so your selection then today is what?
Baltimore minus 9.5. It was either going to be Baltimore or pass the game entirely.
All right, so the Ravens are minus 9.5 over the Steelers today. And your thoughts about the other game is the players might be preoccupied with saving their homes. All right, well, we know,
Yep.
I know that you had a Santa Anita sheet, and I know that you obviously the Santa Anita has been canceled, so you did have a pick at Santa Anita, but unless you did an audible, we'll let you go.
Yeah, I did send one in. I don't know if Sean had a chance to type it up, but my simulcast play of the day is in the same race as Jonathan's horse at Gulfstream in race 5, that Sunshine Philly and Mare Turf.
Uh-huh.
I like the number 1, Love Miami Love, 7-2 in the morning line. Tyler Gaffalion riding for Safi Joseph Jr. I think he can carve out just a perfect trip from the rail, save all the ground, and finish. 1, Love Miami Love.
All right, so I got a Siraco play out of you guys in the 5th race at Gulfstream. You like the one horse, Love Miami Love. Jonathan Hardoon likes the 6. The Siraco play is the 1-6-6-1 exacta box, and you like the one horse in that race as an audible. Enjoy the games, Richie, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Hey, thanks, Ralph. Good luck, everybody.
All right, we're going to Southern California right now. John Lendo. John, good morning. What the heck is going on in Southern California?
Just another day in racing as we know it these days now, Ralph, isn't it? We're changing things on the fly, getting ready for my show too.
Well, all I could say is that did they give any indication whatsoever about when they might reschedule today's card, or is it too early?
Oh, it's way too early. We just got that text from the racing office at 7:20, and you kind of, the writing was on the wall when the Ram game was moved from SoFi from Monday night over to Arizona, and that was days ago.
Yeah.
So you could feel this coming. It's why I did a Linda report today for Gulfstream Park in addition to Santa Anita. But until things are official, that's just how we have to work it.
Well, and there are more important things, obviously, than just canceling a racing card. So we keep that in perspective as well.
Sure, absolutely.
We want everybody to be safe and just take care of business down there. My goodness. In any case, you have a Gulfstream Park Linda report, as you say, you did as a safety factor, and it became apparent today. So the Linda report for today at Gulfstream is available right now at the South Point Racebook, free of charge, and exclusively here for all 11 races, including the suggested late pick 4, etc. And that'll be here at the South Point. And I guess, John, you'll be doing a Gulfstream Park sheet for tomorrow as well.
Yeah, I'll do Sunday at Gulfstream for sure.
All right, well, taking a look at Gulfstream's races today, I know you have a selection for us there. I know you had one at Santa Anita, but you do still have one at Gulfstream Park. Where are we going with the pick?
Let's go to race 8 at Gulfstream Park. In the 8th race today, number 7, Clouds of White, makes her first try on the Tapeta at Gulfstream, coming off a bunch of good turf races. The Robert Falcone barn, very sneaky, excellent with fresh horses, in a good spot, dropping in for a claiming tag here. Good works, and I just think this filly's well meant. You can kind of feel these guys are not afraid to cash a ticket. 10-1 on the morning line. Let's look for number 7, Clouds of White, to run a big one. Race 8 today at Gulfstream Park.
Nice 10-1 in the 8th race, the 7, Clouds of White. The 7 in the 8th race at Gulfstream is John Lendo's play. John, stay safe out there, my man, and we will talk to you tomorrow.
You got it, Ralph. Good luck today.
Now let's go to Jerry Jackowitz standing by real quick. Jerry, good morning.
Good morning, Ralph. I went to Santanita's website, and it said that the first race was 11:30.
It is canceled, trust me. There you go. All right, real quick, give me a pick at Aqueduct.
Let's go to the 8th race, Ralph. Number 9, I Got Busted, which I never did.
Yeah, okay.
Number 9, I Got Busted for Paul Barrow, ships in fast as can be. Let's see if he can go flag fault to finish. Listed at 10-1. What a perfect pop-out key. I think 5-1 or better is good. I'll take the 9, win in place, and then play the 9 with the 3, 5, 8, 10, and 13. Then reverse 3, 5, 8, 10, and 13 back over the 9. I love the 9 as a play.
Right.
Great price.
Okay, good spread there. 8th race, the 9 over 3, 5, 8, 10, and 13, and reverse. $2 ROI on the 9 and the 8th race at Aqueduct, and the power pages are still available for all of Aqueduct right now at jerryjspowerpage.com. Coming up next, Sports by the Book. Guys are just sitting here getting ready to go. What a game it was last night. I got to ask you guys, though, what about this point spread? Ohio State 9.5 over Notre Dame. Give me a thought.
A lot, Ralph. But Notre Dame has really gotten, obviously, big upset week 2. Northern Illinois got them. Haven't lost since. Covered 10 in a row now. But Ohio State has looked dominant. I know it wasn't the prettiest last night, but they are the number 1 power-rated team and have been now for a little bit.
I understand that. I thought the spread would be right around 3.5. I didn't think it'd be 9.5.
Yeah, some of the other books not in Vegas put out 9.5 and kind of got bet there here. So that's how you got there.
All right. Well, Sports by the Book and all the reasons for all of these point spreads, et cetera, plus all the action today in the NFL wild card situation, all coming up next right here. Don't move. They're coming up right here next. Sports by the Book with Alex and Jeff. In the meantime, Jerry's got one more thing to say. He's going to say it.
Have a great race day, everybody.